What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another umamusume video, and we are here with Summer McQueen. And if you guys didn't notice, I'm most likely going to be using her as a runner instead of a leader. I don't know, kind of one of the things I did wanted to try out with McQueen, because I usually did only train her as a leader. But I do know, from what it's seen in the past, you can use her as a runner. So here we are, we're going to do that because I actually do have parents now for long distance runners. So here we go. That's pretty much the only reason why I also didn't want to train her as a leaders, because then I would have to train leaders again. And so I just kind of also wanted to skip that and just use her as a escape. So why not, right? Honestly, also, when the league heroes come around, I might end up using my Scarlet because I have a UB5 of her. Even though it was more intended as just to have a parent on my side for Kita. She's literally the best long distance I train. So here we are at the setup. This is pretty much the same setup I did use for that UB5 Scarlet. So I'm gonna give it a shot again with McQueen just to see how it goes. 2-speed Duramente. I was thinking between Duramente, Still in Love, or using the 1LB Almond Eye instead. Just, to try things out. But decided to go with Duramente and Still in Love. Stamina card, Super Creek. Kamama Power. Rudolph Wise, and Tucker Bryan friend card that I'm borrowing. So that's pretty much the setup. And we're just gonna get the run started. And before we get started with the run, I go over the comments. If you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comments section or the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, gonna get the comments loaded up and do a couple of these turns and see how it goes. And just see how it goes. Then later, gotta worry about global. Although I think over the weekend and leading up to, I guess, the CM, I'll probably start training whatever I feel like. Just the best I can, really. But I think I'll still just do... I think I chose the wrong things. I just thought about that. Oh well. I just realized that now as I continued speaking, but it is what it is. But what was I saying? See, now I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh well, I forgot. It is what it is, unless it randomly pops up. What else, fast? Anyways, since I completely forgotten within seconds, we're just gonna get started with the comments. Oh well. Oh well. So first batch of comments we'll be going over is from Nova. You're like, think it's like fishing. Nothing's happening to try and get. I just keep casting away and trying to, and it's not coming. It ain't coming back. Oh well. First batch of comments is gonna be from Nova. Are you gonna get a UA Shushu? I'm excited for you. It would require a pretty damn good run. It would require a pretty dang good run. Like that CB run I thought was gonna be better than like gotten. I feel like there were I feel like I knew which things held it back, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I also missed out on Mr. CB release back then during my hiatus, so I don't remember her well. Now that I got her from Legends Race, I think I'll use her more. When you miss the hype, it just feels different getting the hype 2 years later. Yeah. It's kind of true. That is kind of true. Boruto is probably worse than all the fillers combined. I didn't watch Boruto yet. 2028 is when the new season will drop supposedly, and I don't know what to expect. Naruto will die for sure, but that's a given. They did butcher the villains though. Well, 2028. That is quite a long time. That gives me a good amount of time to actually watch Boruto. I did say I was gonna watch it eventually a long time ago. Like, how many episodes are they in now? Let's see. How many episodes? Boruto. 293. That's honestly not even that bad. Like, to me, these don't seem as bad because of One Piece. I already explained that story already, but basically, when One Piece was like around close to 800 episodes, I caught up within 3 to 4 months. So, yeah, nothing seems as long as that. So 293 to me is like, it's not bad. But yeah. I don't even know if that's even all of it. There could be more if I'm not mistaken, but we'll just say 300 something. We'll just say around 300. So it could be 293 that I just saw right now, or it could be a little bit more. I don't know. I don't really like know at the moment. So we'll just see what happens if I decide to. But yeah, my thing is like, if we're talking about fillers, for me, minus Boruto, because I haven't seen Boruto yet. Besides, I think the first movie, I think. Well, regardless of that, out of all the fillers, to me, Naruto's fillers were kind of just worse than anything. I'm not saying that they're bad, it's just like they. Compared to One Piece, I'd still pick One Piece fillers because they actually do have a meaning towards it. Like fillers, when I say fillers, is most of the time backstory because it's usually in the middle of the arc, and usually they're like backstories for certain characters that get you to know the characters better, which I personally don't mind because it gives more information, details about the characters that are involved in the arc. So they could be fillers because they prolong the arc, obviously, but at the same time, it's still some interesting information that I don't mind learning about. That's why I don't really mind One Piece's fillers, even if it's like the in-between arcs when there's still information that you learn that's happening outside of the arc. Like, well, for me, when I recently just caught up to One Piece, things that happened outside of the arc and all that, and was basically the fillers, but at the same time, they were very interesting at the same time. So that's just me, though. That's just me, though. I was gonna call her Magnus when I remembered that her tail's called that. Not sure how I feel about the tail being sentient. Funny because I did originally remember Magnus, but I didn't originally remember Orphe. That's just a funny thing. Bonds. I mean, that's the Pyro team for you. Everyone is a sub DPS. Heck, Brant is support, but he somehow does insane damage. Yeah? That's pretty much a lot of this, a good amount of the sub DPSs, especially the pyro team or the fire team, however you want to call them. It's weird, but it is what it is. They still do a good amount of damage. Like for my fire team, I have Lupa and Chun-Li. They're just basically together. They make one main DPS, but separately they still do good amount of damage, which I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining. Let's see if we can trigger a better ticket training or whatever. Nope, I guess I didn't. Unfortunate. What I don't get is Nikki has a two $60 skin gachas going on at the same time while having 3 battle passes that cost $20 each. Yet people are like GFL2 bad for having one skin gacha. I'm not sure if they understand that Nikki already has both a paid skin and a normal gacha, and people never rioted over that. Boiled brats. Maybe this is probably me just reaching. Maybe has something to do with like difference in community or fan base. Maybe that's just my guess. Do I think it's true? There's a possibility, but I think it's just what I think. It's just what I think. Rashawn did respond saying, some people just feel like their gacha game is exempt from corporate greed. I guess it is what it is. And then Nova says, gacha hypocrisy. You got to cherish those rando comments. They offer more engagement than me, especially when I'm gone a month, once a year. As long as they don't ask the same thing, I'll be fine with it. Or otherwise, they're gonna get this close to the same responses. that's the only thing. Don't ask me when they're gonna get released, especially now since acceleration has finally hit. The release schedule is already messed up. Not sure about pulling those Assassin's Creed characters, but those reverse skins are hot. I don't even have Marcus, but I'll be getting her skin regardless. I don't know why I read that as his because Marcus is guy's name. At least I've only known or heard of guys to be named Marcus, so it kind of threw me off for a sec. It was an auto correct for me while reading. It's like, wait, this could be she, or has to be a she because game, you know. Reverse. I do probably remember. She got power crept fast, but they're adding Euphoria to her, so she's back in the meta. Even though I don't really talk about reverse much or anything like that, it's still a game that's still alive for me. Because still enjoying it by playing it. But at this point, I'm just like, just playing to enjoy. Oh, this is where we should do with this. And I should probably swap her to the front like I intended to. For the Alice pulls, it's going to be swiping again. W Engine has never been nice to me, so I'm expecting a failed 70-30. I just felt like you're going to swipe regardless. Build a PC for the sake of 20 gotchas. Wise choice. Well, I just say I don't play all 20 on my computer. I don't. I play about almost half of them. But with all the games that are supposedly releasing in the next couple months, towards the next couple months, yeah, that might be the case. But also because, you know, I'd rather the new PC for sure. I'm gonna add more memory than what I have now. Because these updates, they ain't small. they definitely ain't small updates. So yeah. And plus, if there's any other games I do want to play in the future on Steam and all that, like the new Silent Hill game, but that's gonna be most likely on this PC because it should be cut. I don't remember when it's coming out. Silent Hill F, when is that coming out? Yeah, this literally next month. So wow, it's only been like a year since they released Silent Hill 2. But yeah, another Silent Hill game, which I'll most likely enjoy. And then Resident Evil 9, I believe, comes out next year. So hopefully I do have my PC built by then. If not, then, well, it just didn't manage to get all the parts I wanted, I guess. Any other games in the future? And any other games in the future, but we'll see. We'll see. And also, you know, possibly get. Oh, I actually don't know. Let me actually see what this is. I haven't traded McQueen in a while. Ah, so the safe option is. I knew there was something wrong when I saw these. Safe option is the middle option. I think I'm gonna go to safe option. Overall, for the new PC is just wanting a better upgrade while still making this PC usable. I might still, like I said, use the same graphics card because it's still pretty dang good. And probably later on I could just upgrade to 50 whatever. Because then by then it'll probably be a 60. Or maybe, I don't even know if 60 is already out, but you know what I mean. The reason why I was able to get a 4060 Ti was, one, it was on sale, and because it's already been out and the 50 series has been out. So that's pretty much how I see it. That is pretty much just how I see it. But before I do that, I do want to make sure that I only need to rearrange my desk. And if not, if it doesn't fit the way I want it on my desk when I rearrange it, then obviously I'm gonna need to switch the location of my desk in my room. That would be the case. Although I'll be honest, I have been trying to find a way to rearrange my room for my desk to be in a different spot. But I just couldn't, because this, for me, this has been I guess the best setup I've had for, best and longest setup I've had for my room. So it's gonna take some thinking to really determine how to, or figure out how to make this, to rearrange my room. But yeah, that's mainly just, I'm gonna have as much space as I can. That's what I'm trying to go for. And also improving performance, obviously gonna go for better parts. Probably except the GPU for now. I feel like I should be doing extra races for McQueen. I don't know why. For some odd reason, that's always my feeling when I train McQueen, but... moving on with the comments from Nova. So you know that there's a Dead Space reference in Zenless? Are we talking about the shooting game? In this summer mini game with the shooting game, there's a type of bullet that shoots horizontally and vertically. That shooting reminds me of Dead Space when you get that slicer and start making sushis out of those necromorphs. you can use it as a Dead Space reference. The real question is, did Hoyo intend to make it a Dead Space reference? That's the real question. Was it intended to be a Dead Space reference? Like, did people talk about it and all that and suddenly it became a thing? Or is this just you just realizing it? For me, I don't mind if it is a Dead Space reference, but at the same time... Oh, man. Oh, no. But at the same time... It is what it is. And yeah, the mini chess game is basically TFT from League. It's just a watered down version, but the mechanics are almost one-to-one. In that case, maybe it is a Dead Space reference. I never played TFT. I've seen gameplay and all that, but never played it. Never played it because by then I was already way past playing League. Like there's comments from the Zenless video, so I'll read that after your last Uma comment. It says, yeah, Alice is more broken than I thought. Hold on. Hold on. I cleared the first part of Node 7 Ashiu with 135, and that's a record. The premium team is M2 Jane Doe. I don't want to lose too much. I don't think I'll recover that much. So I'll go with power. We'll just see what happens. Premium team is M2 Jane Doe, Yuzuha M2 Alice. Of course, I don't have Jane Doe, so I just use Yao instead. It's still pretty much easy to clear and it's fast too. I think I need to duplicate Yuzuha for a Miyabi team, but right now it's like Yao and Yuzuha are too good in general. I don't even know why you're running both at the same time, even though you can. Because for me, if I'm using Yuzuha for any anomaly team, then Miyabi can just easily have Yao. I don't know why we're running both at the same time. It's not really needed. Kind of overkill. Kind of overkill if I do say so myself. Which is why the reason I say I don't need to duplicate any of the support characters, because I try to separate them. You know, just a thought. And then moving on to the Zenless comments. Came here after my summons, 1 to 50-50 for Alice, but failed the weapon again. You called it. You said it, and that's maybe because you spoke it into existence again. Maybe. Maybe. LMAO, if only Wuwa's weapon banner applies to Hoyo games. I think that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why Wuwa's weapon banners like that, because Kuro's like, maybe we should be a little bit different and be nicer. Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, 27 days and skipping the entire next patch sound tempting enough. I won't have to spend for a good month, and these Alice pulls were quite lucky in my opinion. Where was that? I can focus on Woo, and that's what I need for that entire patch. I can't rest the swiping. You can't. Because if you're not swiping in any of these games, you're probably swiping in one of the other games. Probably. Probably. Never know. But for me, yeah, most likely skipping the Oval Squad patch. One, well, was it Fire Electric? Yeah, just pretty much. To me, it screams you need Trigger in the team because of Trigger's second effect to make the Oval Squad, I guess, better. But I don't want to go into much detail unless necessary. Which I kind of took a peek over here because there's a comment from Eugen in Zenla's video. And it involves questions. So maybe I'll go more detail there. Maybe. But thank you, Noah, for all the comments from the Uma videos and the Zenless video. Appreciate it as always. Next comment in the Uma video from the last video will be from Rashawn, and I guess we'll go straight to Eugen's Zenless comment. Because I'm assuming he'll still hear my response here, then because I won't respond to his Zenless video if I'm being honest. So the first comment from Rashawn says, this game really got so many pretty girls. It is mainly girls in the game, or the characters are mainly girls, so yes. Nova says, mommies and daughters, a lot of very nice Umas. Kuroko was great, no cap. Moving on with Rashawn's comments. Who's your favorite character from it? Akashi is my GOAT personally. I think out of all the characters, I feel like Akashi is one of the obvious options. So to stray away from that, if we're going Generation of Miracles outside of Akashi, I'll go Aomine. We're going outside of Generation of Miracles, minus Taiga. I say minus Taiga because he's the main duo character, so I don't want to count the main squad, the main team. But outside of Generation of Miracles, I'd say what's the name of the point guard again? Katsumatsu? I think that was his name. The point guard for Taijo? Kasumatsu, I believe was his name. Not, yeah, I think so. That was his name. So yeah, it was outside Kasumatsu, within the Generation of Miracles, Aomine. I feel like Akashi, a lot of people do find him as his favorite. So I'll go with those as my two answers. And then, well, beating your record is always nice. So no S is Sag, but it's pretty solid stats. Yeah, not having the S does suck, but it is what it is. It really is just what it is. Gotta keep training. Other than that, thank you, Rashawn, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last comment be going over is from Eugen on the Zenless side. And says, oh no, is it much feasible to do a single pull at the end? And then I heard the Ian Seiyu and me get wrecked. I just knew it was coming. As in the pull was coming. I just didn't know when. Because I was so close to not getting any pulls done for the video. Not even one of the not even character, because I was pretty much close to not having enough to even get to the guaranteed S rank. But luckily, came before the S rank, the guaranteed. Pretty much I was at soft pity before it became the guaranteed. Disregarding whether to pull if you like or not, is it reasonable to have or must have Alice? I think this is a question based on your account. I'd say if for me, this is how I looked at it. I needed a physical DPS for whenever, for some odd reason, I needed physical. That's how I saw it for myself. On top of that, I did like Alice, and she does work well with Yuzo as a pair regardless, so I didn't see any reasons not to pull for her. Unlike the next patch, which it looks like you're questioning about. Is it a must-have? Well, depending on your account, and the only reason why I say that is because based off of the couple of videos we talked about your account a couple months ago, and the slight confirmation probably a month or two ago, where I'm assuming there hasn't really been a significant improvement in your account, whether if it's your drive disc or anything like that. Plus, I also have the question of how you do your team builds, because I was baffled when you told me your reasoning for your choice of having Anby and Soldier 11 in the same team. So there's that as well. And I actually don't know who you have and don't have. As a whole. But I don't know if you have a certain character or not, so yeah. But let's move on with the comments. It says the upcoming fire element attack type, I wonder if it's better than the manager. Any insights on that? As you know, I have Soldier 11, and sadly they seem to be the same faction. Sadly? I think it was expected that Soldier 11 would eventually get replaced, or in gacha terms, power creep, if you want to consider it being a power creep, because there was already Evelyn, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Though I like Seed, but she is electric, and I already have Soldier 0, which doesn't have proper W engine. I was thinking to get Trigger to work out with her. The thing about Trigger, I guess this was all supposed to go in detail a little bit earlier. The thing about Trigger, to get her second buff, you need either an attack attribute or same attribute. So you're looking at either attack attributes or electric attributes or elements to use with Trigger to get that second effect. I didn't pull for Trigger simply because I wanted to save, but even though I did like the different gameplay she has, but regardless, I didn't need Trigger. I built Pulchra and pair up with Caesar. Perfectly fine. Don't even need Caesar. You could match her up with any other support. Astra. Still fine, in my opinion. So though I like Seed, but she's electric. Yeah, Seed is electric, so she'll work perfectly fine with Trigger, as expected, because they are in the same squad. The reason why Anby works well with Trigger, because she's electric as well. And the reason why Orphe's gonna work is because she's an attack attribute. So having the Obel squad heavily relies on having basically either attack attributes or electric attributes in the team. So yeah. Then again, you still have to look back at your account and see what else. What do you need? You have Yuzuha. Do you have? Even though she's best as an anomaly support, she still can do pretty good support outside of anomaly teams, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. The only issue is I primarily see her as more of an anomaly, so the fact, and for me, because I didn't have any physical DPSs to begin with, that's one of the main reasons why I did pull for Alice. And honestly, I still have no regrets because now I have a character I like that covers a element that I have um didn't have to begin with, to as a main damage dealer at least. But that's me looking at my account. Like fire, I can either cover with Bernice or Evelyn. Ice, Miyabi, Ellen if I wanted to. Ether, well, if I go anomaly route, Vivian. If I want to go back to Zhu, then I guess Zhu, or go with more updated with Yishun. Perfectly fine. My issue with me using the Yishun, I feel like I need to have Astra in the team to use it since I don't have Jafufu. So for myself, Jafufu becomes a candidate to get pulled for in her rerun if I deem necessary. But at the same time, right now, it kind of feels that way. It kind of feels that way because then I get more into a weird issue when I use my Yishun team when I feel like I have to use Astra somewhere else. Which I have in a Deadly Assault, but made it work with Pulchra. Somehow, some way. Like, it was pretty darn close. So yeah, I don't even know if you have set teams or anything like that because I still question your team building. I don't even know if you've improved your account since then. You've played the game for nearly a year, but your account still seems like it's a month or two old based on how it's set up. That's just how I see it. Just being honest. So for me personally, if you want to go through with getting Seed and Orphe, or even Trigger at this case, well, that's a lot of pulls compared to Evelyn. It all depends on you. Like with Evelyn, you'll have Astra, Evelyn, and then a third, either I guess another support, a stun, most likely another stun, or maybe even another damage dealer. Whereas if you're thinking about going for Team Obel, the Obel squad, well now you probably have to get Trigger. Because I have a feeling most of Obel squad just gonna be either electric or attack. That's just a feeling. That's just a feeling. Just because Trigger is a part of it. I don't know. I don't know. It honestly all depends on you, on your account. And I don't know how your account is. Off the last time I talked about it, or we talked about it. The real question is, did you build up your account? Like your characters that you have, are they built? Are they actually built now, or are you still holding off on putting usable drive discs to make them even a little bit better than what they are now. Or that, and did you beat any of the things you weren't able to beat before? That's also another question. There's a lot of things that need to be figured out in your account in order to make these kind of decisions. Unless you just don't care and you want to pull for wherever you want. But it sounds like the decision matters. So I would probably have to look at your account. It comes down to, it all comes down to your account, is all I'm saying. Like, you could pull for them. I could say pull for them. But will it work for what you have currently in your account? I don't want you to pull for a character and next thing you know, they're not even going to be used well depending on the team comp, because you might be missing a character. Like, let's say Trigger if you want to run Oboe Squad, because then you'll just be running attackers. Maybe, I don't remember what Seed is. Maybe she's because she's electric, so I just... What is Seed? Seed... Endless. What is she supposed to be? Electric attack. Orphe is a fire attack. Yeah, pretty much sound like pretty much sounds like you need Trigger to make the Oboe Squad work. That's what I'm saying. Because outside of Trigger, you have Soldier 11 attack, Orphe and Seed attack. So obviously they want you to pair them with Trigger, so Trigger can give them additional buffs or whatever Trigger does, having electric or attack attributes with them. So yeah, Soldier 11. Anby would still work in that team. But then again, this all comes... I don't want to say this and that. Then you do it, and you end up hating this decision later. That's the main thing I want to avoid. That is the main thing I want to avoid. Because I can tell you to pull for Alice because you have Yuzuha. But I don't know if you yourself see a need to have her. Because any character can be you could say a character is a must-have. But personally, do you personally need it? Or are you just falling within the traps of following what other people say? Like, as much as I do, whether or not I do like the upcoming characters, I'm personally just gonna take a break because I don't necessarily see a need to pull for an electric because I have Anby, and fire because I can either bounce between Evelyn or Bernice. No problems there. Plus, knowing that you need, I'm gonna say it, I feel like you do need Trigger to make this team, to make the Oboe team's squad work. So yeah, my focus became more on Alice because, one, I didn't have a physical DPS. She's Anomaly, works well with the previous character they released, Yuzuha, because Yuzuha buffs Anomaly teams more. She's generally so good as a support even without Anomaly, but I'm just saying in general she's just best for Anomaly support. She's at her best. And then yeah, I mean, I don't really have any issues outside of that. I have all my bases covered for the most part when it comes to the other elements. And for like Deadly Assault, I pretty much have 3 different supports. One that I could put in every spot, hoping that's the case. Hoping that's the case. So, yeah. It all comes down to your account. Whether you feel like you need it or not. I don't want to give you an answer and it's the wrong answer. Or I don't want to give you an answer and next thing you know, you're mad at the fact that you listened. That's why I say this every time. Pull for what you want or feel like you need for your account. But don't make it a decision you'll be mad about later. That's how I've taken my approach for the characters I've pulled for. Do I regret any of the characters I pulled? No. Not that it feels like it. I haven't necessarily... No, I don't think so. So yeah. I don't know whose unique this is. Unless it's Ita's, but I'm not sure. I am not done with the comment. There's still a reply and a little bit left that I left there. That is not Kita's. Let me finish the comment before I pick the skills. But that's my take. That's my take. That's my answer. It's not really a straight up answer. Because I hate how the question is. Is it reasonable to have or must have Alice? I hate the must have part. I hate when people say, oh, it's a must have, and that's what creates so much BS in the community. That's what creates a lot of complaints. People who end up not getting the must have character just instantly turns toxic in the community and starts complaining and all of that. It's like, oh, I don't have her. Now my account sucks. And that's the reason why I don't like saying must haves or not. Reasonable? Any character is reasonable to have if you have reasons to pull for them, like myself. So, yeah. I'd say any character is reasonable. If it works for your account. Like my example. I don't have a physical DPS. And I like the character, which is a different reason. But I have a legitimate reason at the same time. But yeah, I like Seed and Orphe, but what interests me because she's a fire type, which I'm lacking disregarding Soldier 11. Unless the handling suits to my taste, I might go, but still need some insights. Well, you would have to wait till Orphe gets released to make that decision, because I can't tell you how her gameplay is going to be. Like, you could watch the videos that people post for the gameplay leaks of these characters. Is it gonna be to your liking? You won't know till you try it out. Basically, the trial part of the events. You could try them out before. But if Orphe's gonna be phase 2, then you're gonna have to think about getting Seed first. You could ask for insights and all that, but at the end of the day, it's your decision and it's your account. You gotta look over your account, see your needs and all that. If you don't, you can honestly get a better upgrade outside of Soldier 11. Not saying Soldier 11 is not usable, but at the same time, you could have the best characters and all that. But at the same time, is the gameplay suitable for yourself? Have the best character, but can play like complete ass and will it work out? Maybe barely. So yeah, it all comes down to your account, your personal feel for the game, your personal gameplay of the game, and all that. So yeah, it all comes down to that. Because I could say a character is to pull for this character, and one, you'll either regret the decision later and get mad at me for telling you to pull for the character, or two, you'll get mad at the fact that you hate the gameplay of the character, and then which results into regretting for pulling the character. So, yeah. A lot of these sound more... These decisions are more personal than you think. Because it comes down to your account and all that. Unless you don't have any other issues, then... But from my understanding of your account, I just don't know where your account stands. All I just know is you have certain characters, but I don't know how your team build is around them, even though I've suggested team builds in the past, whether you have this character or not. I gave you the A rank and all that, but at the end of the day, did you build those characters? Did you try out the teams? Did you, you know, there's all this. You can pull for the character, but there's a lot of what ifs after that. A lot of what ifs. Or did you questions? Like, did you finally beat the Shu defense that... Did you finally beat the Shu defense? Did you finally unlock the weekly or bi-weekly updates of the Shu defense and you could beat that? Can you beat Deadly Assault? If your answer to that is no, then obviously you still need to work on your account and team builds. Maybe you're having struggles with the gameplay, but you still gotta fix those up. And then also consider what characters to pull based on the characters you have in your account. That's how I see it. You can ask all the questions. Ask people questions whether or not to pull for these characters or how these characters are going to be. Is it going to be better than this or that? You could ask all that questions. You could and listen to them. But at the end of the day, will it make your account better, or will you struggle in building them or using them in general? So yeah, that's just how I see it. Until I get I guess a really good update or insight on how your account is at the moment. Like, you tell me, oh yeah, I did do the drive disk and all of that. I can do this, I can do that. I'm just pretty much just trying to fill up missing parts in my account. Like, I guess most people should be doing, because they should ever, you know, at this point, if you play at least how I see it, the only reason for you to be behind is because you didn't put the time, which I believe to be your case, because it's obvious that you're more busy and all that, so it's understandable. But at the same time, you got to look at your account and see if going for the Obel Squad characters will be good for you, because now you have to think about pulling for Trigger. At least that's how I see it, making the best out of the Obel Squad. So you gotta think about, that's pretty much 3 characters you need to pull for and all that. But I'm gonna end it there, because that was a good last bit of the video. Nova did respond saying, you think Orphe's flaw would entice me, but so far her personality is an afterthought. Maybe she has a personality at all, then I'll consider it. The Magnus thing kind of turns me off, not gonna lie. Well, I said personal. Other than that, thank you, Nova, Rashawn, and Eugen for the comments. Appreciate it as always. I'll refresh just in case. Comment slipped in between. Nope, these are all global comments, but that'll be for the video later. And I need to see whose skill this is. I actually don't know whose skill this is. It could be... Could it be McQueen? I'm not sure. I could be wrong. The normal McQueen. Let's see if I could find it fairly fast. If not, then dang. Oh, I feel like I've seen this. Now the real question is, do I remember? I know. I think I searched for this last time, like a while ago, within the past few weeks. Man, I feel like it's gonna happen where I'm gonna pass it. Oh no, I found it. Oh, it's sure. It's the OG Kita. I haven't trained her in so long. I forgot how her unique looked. The reason I haven't trained her in a long time is because the anime collab came out. So that took over the long distance Kita, which was the original one. Oh, I didn't pick any leader skills, right? That's what I'm not gonna do. Yeah, we're not even gonna pick that because it still stays as that. Fine. That stays as long distance if I'm not mistaken. Oops, I don't want to click both of them yet. Might have. Doesn't this McQueen's unique also depends on how much stamina she has left in the end? Yeah, bonus duration depending on your remaining stamina. Okay. So getting a little extra more on the recovery skills might not hurt. At least that's how I see it. Plus I still got some skill points. Oh man, okay. Let's do. Am I just about to get all the green skills like I did before? Might as well. I think I might. I think I might. It doesn't seem like I have any much more options, so yeah, just double up on that. 174. I guess. So, we do have an S in long distance. This is obviously my best McQueen trained ever. So hopefully, all's well. But how well did this McQueen get trained? That's a real question. UB 5. I might use it. If that's the case. Just want to see. Okay, I'll just. So with that, we got. I'm pretty sure this is max speed at 1913. 1681 on stamina. Kind of wish I got one for 1700, but it's only like 19 off, so it's not that bad. I do have gold skill and a few white skills, so I'll be fine. And then, yeah. 1722 power, which was max power. 1219 guts. Squeezed in over 1200 without having a guts card. Pretty nice. And then 1263 on wise, which was close to max at 1300. So, yes, really good run, I'd say. I'd say probably the only way I could reach UA has to do with either, I don't know, probably parents, factors. and probably even getting a little bit more guts. Maybe, I don't know. As of right now, I'm pretty just I'm there. I'm close, but not close enough. But UB5 I can be happy with. I guess I didn't train. Oh, yeah, I don't think I even trained McQueen a single time within the past 2 scenarios, maybe. Which is why there wasn't even a UC option for her. But UB5, I'll take it. I'll take it. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your guys' training are going, whether if it's for the League of Heroes or you're just training just to train. Doesn't matter with me. And if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those that haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And what? I lost track. They'll let me know they want to join a circle, and then what I normally say is just go in the comment section or the circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle, not somebody else. That's what I was supposed to say. I lost track of what I was saying. But with that being said, guys, I gotta go record global. Gotta record Nice Nature because it was requested by by Nova. Random, but didn't expect Nova to request Nice Nature. So I gotta get into that, and after that video, gotta edit and post these videos up for you guys. So with that being said, guys, thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.